I had lain awake most all night, listening for the sound of her footsteps on the porch, or her fingers tapping at my bedroom window. I'd just about given up hope that she would ever come home, until, at last, I heard the creaking porch boards, the evidence of her late arrival. Maybe instead of covering for her, I should have told Mama or Aunt Dot everything. That Jeopardy went out smoking and drinking with whatever boy she took a fancy to just about every night of the week. But I couldn't do it. I could never bring myself to break her confidence. Doing so would mean I would abandon my role as the family peacemaker. I might have been a lot of things, but never disloyal, especially not to Jeopardy. She had so few friends. She needed me. "Honestly, Jeopardy, I don't know why you have to be so stubborn," I whispered as I struggled with the latch. It didn't want to budge this morning for some strange reason. Daddy had installed it too high, so I had to stand on tiptoe to pop it open, but I finally got a good grip on it. Easing the door open slowly to avoid its obnoxious squeaking, I waited for Jeopardy to stumble inside. Once I smuggled her back into the house and up to her room, I was going to give her a real piece of my mind, and good, too. Lightning popped across the dim morning sky. I expected it to illuminate Jeopardy's guilty face. How was it that she was the oldest? Not only was I the most mature of the Belle sisters, but I was also the tallest and the plainest. And this morning I was certainly the most tired. Was tiredest even a word? Thank goodness I didn't have school this morning, and thank goodness today wasn't the George County Spelling Bee. My brain was too sticky and exhausted to put two letters together, much less Onomatopoeia. I couldn't abide it if Martha Harvard won the spelling bee. I'd have to move to Mobile with some distant cousin just to escape the shame of it. Not that anyone in this house cared. Mama would show up for the Harvest Queen competition, but never the spelling bee. Suddenly, the bottom fell out of the sky, and rain trickled through the leaks in the tin roof porch. But, to my surprise, my older sister was nowhere to be found. I closed my eyes and opened them again, but she did not appear. I flipped up the hook and opened the screen door, completely puzzled by this turn of events. I had seen her. I had certainly seen her. Suddenly, my tummy felt like a bowl of spoiled jelly, all wiggly and uncertain. Something was wrong. Was I dreaming? Had I fallen asleep? "Jeopardy? Don't play games with me." I stepped onto the wet concrete of the screened-in porch, and even though it was predicted to be a scorcher of a day after the rain, my feet were freezing. It was as if I were standing nude in the soda shop, the only place in town with air conditioning, and every hair on my body stood at attention. An unholy cold crept into my bones. Where could she be? We had no back porch furniture except Mama's rocking chair, and a full-grown girl of 15 couldn't hide behind it, even one as petite as Jeopardy Belle. This had to be some sort of joke. "Jep?" She hated that nickname, but seeing as she wanted to play games with me, I had no alternative but to insult her. I searched the porch and even the narrow stairs leading up to it, but there was no sign of Jeopardy. I knew I had heard her footsteps. I had even seen her figure a minute ago. No way could she move on and off the porch that quickly, especially not in the clunky white high heels she wore last night, unless she had managed to lose them somewhere. I prayed that was not the case, because they were probably Mama's. Jeopardy was particularly fond of them, and she was one to take risks. Mama would be fit to be tied if her favorite pair of heels came up missing. She'd had to send away to Montgomery Ward to get those shoes. A voice from behind me surprised me. "Harper, what are you doing out here? It's raining cats and dogs."